I started burning all these music CDs for my friends in school, and I'd sell them for like £50, you know, for CD. And I think this was like my first, you know, introduction to like downloading music, sharing it with people. My cousin ended up getting a DJ mixer just for the fun of it. And this was the first time I ever see something like this. And I was really, you know, fascinated by it. So I said, I have to go down and buy the same one next day. I got a bit carried away. I ended up buying more equipment, playing in parties. And I think like 16 or 17 years later, this is where I am right now. I always grab inspiration from like really old 80s and 90s disco music, Italo disco as well. I feel like this makes more sense when it comes to like, you know, dance floor music, club music as well, because that's what, you know, in the 80s and 90s people would be listening to in the club. I usually go through my collection, like for example, your first one here, Gloria Estefan. Oi Mi Canto is like one of those like really cool records that were played back then and been like interpreted and remixed so many times back in the day. If you listen to it right now, it feels timeless, you know, it's like a classic that will work any time of the year. Over here as well, my favorite band ever, The Human League. If you know the music, you're gonna probably understand where a lot of my inspirations come from, especially things. When I come to like sit down and work on music, the first thing I do usually is work on my drums. Once I get a groove and a drum line that I feel like, you know, I can listen to for hours, take the next step and create a bass line. Because this, in the end, the drums and bass line is what really, you know, gets the dance floor going. And then maybe this is how I start like the whole foundation of the song. Once I have like the bass line and the drums at a level that I feel like is comfortable and it doesn't get boring at all, I would probably get in and start making like a melody and stuff. And a few hours later, I'll probably have like an arrangement that I'm happy or not so happy with. Sleep on it, wake up the next day. If I'm happy, I'll finish it. If I'm not, we go back to the drawing board again. When I finished my EP Things, I only thought that it would make sense to send it to Alan. I've been a fan of Alan's work for years now, and Alan, I think by then had only launched his label like that same year. So it was still a very small label, it only had around like 5 or 6 releases. So I sent him the demo and he replied back straight away. He's like, I love him, let's release him on Love Attack. It did really well, and then I came up with another follow-up release with Figure It Out this year before the summer. Earlier this year, we released the remix we did for Amr Diab. It's doing pretty well. We got picked up by Kind Music, they've been playing it all summer. So I think over the past few years, the music scene in our region really flourished, especially with regional entities like Middle Beast, with Lebanese brands as well, like Retro Groove, Grand Factory, Nacelle, Bygones Plus. All these elements with our promoters here in Egypt as well have been working together, and we've been doing a lot of regional swaps and ideas and interaction between our cultures. Us being able to do this at the moment is really, you know, I think it's beneficial for all, you know, the whole region, and like getting our music across not only regionally but around the world as well.